Welcome, everyone. You're listening and watching the Gamer Now podcast starring me, Scotty Bones. And this week, we're going to go over a whole bunch of things that happened in the past week in gaming. Obviously, we're going to talk about E3. I'm going to talk about the things that I thought were the best at E3. Not necessarily going to go over everything that happened at E3, just the things that I believe caught my eye and I thought were interesting. So I've got about 5 or 6 things to go over in this particular podcast. Number one, again, I'm going to go over the top 10 games from the Bethesda E3 event that I thought were interesting. Just slightly brush by the Nintendo E3 event. Also, Grand Theft Auto 5 is ending support for online on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Going to go over a little bit about how they're making a PlayStation VR 2. And also how to play your Xbox Series X games on the Xbox One. Tell you how to do that. And also, oh God, how E3 got hacked. I'm saving the best for last because this story... Because, of course, something like this would happen. But I'm saving that story for the end of the podcast. So we're just going to get right into it here. All right. So here are the top 10 games that I believe caught my eye and were very interesting at E3. Number 1, we've got 10 games. This is in not any particular order. Just wrote them down 1 to 10. 1 is a game called Redfall. It's a vampire shoot 'em up type of game. Now, it was just an all CGI trailer. There was no actual gameplay involved, but again, this is a original type of game, so that's why it caught my eye. Again, I don't care for the CGI trailers, but the fact that this is a vampire shoot 'em up type of game, looked like it was a co-op game, so you can play with your friends, probably locally and online with co-op. So that's something to look forward to in the summer of 2022. At number 2, we've got a game called Back 4 Blood, a zombie shoot 'em up style type of game. And if you are a fan of Left 4 Dead, then you will definitely like this game because we never got a Left 4 Dead 3. So I believe the people who worked on Left 4 Dead 2 and 1 are actually going to be working on this particular game, or actually have worked on this game. So that's going to be something to look forward to. It's a first-person shooting game, unlike Left 4 Dead, which was like a third-person view. So this will be a first-person view. This particular game will come out actually this year, October 12th. And then we have this other game called Somerville. Now, there wasn't very much information about what this game is, what it's about. It was just a trailer that actually had a little bit of CGI and gameplay. But the gameplay was really weird. I guess it's a guy and his family trying to escape the apocalypse. That's what it looked like. It was only like a minute and a half or so of gameplay. So that looked very interesting. It was an indie. It looked like an indie game. So therefore, it's not going to be like a AAA type of game. But it looked very interesting. The art style looked pretty cool. So I just want to see what that game's about. So that will also come out in the summer of 2022. Number 4, we got Halo Infinite. Of course, we all know Halo Infinite is going to come out sometime. But that sometime we don't have a definitive date, an exact date. They said holiday 2021. Okay, holiday 2021. The game's coming out this year in 6 months or less. So you might want to give us an actual date because what the fuck? Like, why would you not give us a release date when the game comes out this year? If this was June, 2020 and you said holiday 2021, okay, fine. Here it is, June 2021, and you're saying holiday 2021. But the Halo Infinite will come with a free multiplayer, so that's good news for anyone who doesn't want to or has never really played Halo. You can download the game for free. You can play it online for free, so no need to pay for the game. 100% free to play. And we got number 5, Far Cry 6. As you know, I talked a little bit about this on my previous podcast. Far Cry 6, I'm 100% looking forward to this, no doubt. It looks like a great game. You know, I played Far Cry 3, which I thought was the best out of all of them. I tried to get into a little bit of Far Cry 4. Didn't like it. Came out with Far Cry 5. Apparently, in that game, your character doesn't even talk. Why? I don't know. So I'm looking forward to Far Cry 6 because if you've never played a Far Cry game, then you want to play Far Cry 3. Out of all of the series, the third one is the best. Also, in Far Cry 6, we've got, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, in the Breaking Bad universe, we got Giancarlo Esposito playing the bad guy. Like, he's not voicing a bad guy. He's playing himself. Like, they animated his actual body and features to play a bad guy. It's Carlos Esposito playing a character in this game, which is fucking great. He's got that accent. This guy actually doesn't have, in real life, he doesn't have that accent. But again, he's playing a character with that bad guy accent. So that should be something very interesting. Again, if you've never played any Far Cry game, play the third one. You'll be good to go. And number 6, we've got a game called Shredders. Anybody want to take a stab at what this game is about? All right, so this game, it's set up like a documentary style game, and you have to go around offices shredding documents. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's a snowboarding game. A snowboarding game that we haven't had in one hell of a long time. We had, the last snowboarding game we had was, actually there was a snowboarding game called Steep. This, I never even played it because it just looked awful. I don't know how to explain it, but it just did not look anything like a snowboarding game that I would want to play. It seemed to simulation type of snowboarding where you don't get like, there's no score, there's no like cool shit to do. Like it was just like a game where you just snowboard down a hill and you have like a wingsuit and you can do. I just said fuck it on that shit. I'm like, okay, cool, we got a new snowboarding game. But then when I really looked into it and saw reviews, I'm just like, yeah, no. So there's Shredders, and apparently they're trying to make this game to be around the game Amped, to look like that game, to feel like that type of game. And in the trailer that they showed, it actually had kind of an Amped feel, which is fucking great because Amp, I loved those games back in the day. They were top notch, the best snowboarding games I've ever played. I didn't play the SSX games back in the day. I played a little bit of them, but I did play the SSX game that was re-released as like a new SSX on the Xbox 360 like 10, 11, 12 years ago, whenever that was. I did play that game. I love that game. That was a fucking great game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this Shredders game because if you've ever snowboarded before, shredding means carving the snow. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so yeah, look forward to that. Number 7, we've got Forza 5. Okay, so There's been so many car games over the past couple of years that I haven't even been able to catch up. I haven't even played Forza 4 yet. I played Forza 3. That was an awesome game. I couldn't get to Forza 4. There is also Dirt 5 I've been playing right now. Wreckfest I've been playing now. And NFS Heat I've been playing right now. So I've been playing those games currently. Wreckfest, NFS Heat, and Dirt 5. All kind of like at the same time. Wreckfest, though, that is a game that you definitely want to check out. No one's probably even heard of that game because it was kind of a sleeper hit, just slowly sneaked in its way, probably at a time when a Forza game came out, so it just kind of got fizzled in all these games that came out. But Wreckfest, that's a great game. If you're into like smashing things and playing as different types of vehicles, like a school bus, a tractor, just crazy stuff like that. If you liked Destruction Derby 2 back in the day, this is kind of in that realm of game. So I would definitely recommend that game. It's on, if you've got, again, Game Pass, it's on Game Pass. So Forza 5, I'm looking forward to playing that. If you haven't played a Forza Horizon game, Forza Horizon 5, I'm sorry, it's Forza Horizon 5, not Forza 5. Forza Horizon 5. So if you've never played a Forza game and you've got an Xbox, what the fuck kind of games are you playing, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Forza 4 is on Xbox Game Pass. Forza Horizon 5 is going to come out on Game Pass as well. So if you haven't played a Forza Horizon game, it's an arcade type of game. You're in the outdoors and they make tracks that go, wherever the fuck, off-road type of stuff. So Forza 3 was incredible. What made it even over the top is it had a DLC for Hot Wheels. Fucking Hot Wheels tracks, man. They had these orange tracks. You did like loop-de-loops, corkscrews and shit. You would jump from one track to the other track. It was insane. And they had like toys in the background. They had like a T-Rex in the background making noise. I don't know. It was insane. But playing as Hot Wheels on a Hot Wheels track in a Forza game. I tip my hat, sir, to whoever thought of this. The greatest thing ever invented. And in Forza 3, they also had a Fast and the Furious add-on, which I guess at the time they were promoting a Fast and Furious movie, but when are they not promoting a Fast and Furious movie? Because there's one like every other year. So why the fuck not, right? That Fast and Furious add-on was not very good. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. It was whatever. But when the DLC for the Hot Wheels came out, whew, best thing ever created. All right, so we got number 8, Atomic Heart, which is, I guess, some sort of Russian first-person shooter. That gave me some BioShock vibes because, like, the character would reach out and just stop time dead in its tracks. There wasn't really any information about it, really. Apparently, this is a game that everyone's been waiting for. I didn't really look into it too much. I mean, I should have because I'm doing a fucking podcast about it, but fuck me, right? But it looked like a really interesting type of game. They just played Russian music between CGI and gameplay footage. There's no release date for this game, so I have no idea when that's going to come out, but it looked really nice. The gameplay, the graphics look top notch. We got number 9, Hades on Xbox. I haven't played it on the Switch, so it's going to come to the Xbox One, Xbox X, Series XS. A game that really I couldn't care less about. When that game came out, I'm just like, okay, what's so special about this game? And then it got all these awards for best graphics, gameplay, story. Like when they showed the trailer for this, they flashed all of the awards it got across the whole screen, flashing all of these great gamer scores and whatnot. I'm like, all right, I get it. I get it. These people like the game, but I'm not a person that wanted to pay like 40, 50, whatever the price of this game was on Switch. It was just like another one of those fantasy type of games that I don't really care to play. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's just one of those regular fantasy type anime type of games, whatever. But since it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass, I'm intrigued to play this game now since I don't have to pay for it. Kind of, sort of, I'm paying for Game Pass, but Netflix, a gaming pass. Play any game you want, $15 a month. Yeah. So we'll definitely play that. That comes out on August 13th of this year, so not too far away. For anyone who hasn't played that game, I guess I would recommend it. Me personally, I haven't played it yet, but maybe if I do play it, I'll get into it. Number 10, we've got Flight Simulator. We all know what that game is. It was too much to actually release on the Series S and the Xbox One, so they couldn't release that game. It was only on PC because the systems, I guess, were not strong enough to play it. But apparently they're going to be releasing it on the Series X and S. Not going to be available on the Xbox One. Or will it? I'll get into that later. All right, now we got that out of the way. Let's go to Sony's E3 event.
Hey, Playboy, what you doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, they didn't have one. Yeah, they didn't have an E3.
So Sony didn't have an E3?
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No.
Are you for real? They did.
Yeah, because they didn't want to show up. They're
How
dickheads.
does Sony not having an event at E3?
Yeah, because they're assholes. They're doing their own shit.
Okay. So apparently, Sony and E3 came out their door. They're like, "Hey, what's up? Yo, who there? Oh, this is E3. How you doing, Sony? Hey, why don't you go fuck off? We're not doing your event. We do our own shit. We're Sony. Fuck off. But like, we need views and people to get eyeballs on E3, so you need to hold the fuck on, man. We ain't playing that shit. Fuck off. Get out of here. We're doing our own shit whenever the fuck." Okay, I guess we'll just have other publishers come in and do whatever they do to get views. So, all right, Sony, fuck off. Fuck you too. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. So we don't have an event for Sony's State of Play, which is what they call their little events. There's nothing going on there. We don't know when that's going to happen. There's all this speculation and whatnot that may or may not happen soon. No one knows, so it's whatever. Now let's go to Nintendo's E3 event. I personally don't exactly care for Nintendo too much. I mean, I have their Nintendo Switch Lite system, but I'm not really a hardcore Nintendo fan. I was back in the day when I was a little kid. Had the Nintendo NES, had the Game Boy. And then after that, I was just like, I got too old for the games that they released on the system. I'm just like, these are kids' games. I want like something that blows shit up and curses and, real type of stuff. Not some fantasy, cartoony type of shit. I'm like, fuck you, Nintendo. Why don't you make some real games? Oh, I'm sorry. We can't do that on a Nintendo system. We can't have stuff that blows up and is more adult themed. We're keeping this towards kids. So, no. Genesis comes in, hey Nintendo, so you're not going to do that stuff, right? You're not going to have blow shit up type of games with adult themes? Fantastic. We'll make some cool shit like Contra Hardcore type of stuff and blow shit up. And we're going to have Mortal Kombat on it. And so we're going to have blood and guts and all that kind of stuff on our system.
Oh, we doing MK no blood.
What's that?
Yep.
You're going to have a Mortal Kombat game without the blood?
Damn right.
Are you? Yeah, you're fucking with us.
I'm
right?
not fucking with you at all.
With us.
I'm not fucking
You
with
can't have
you.
a Mortal Kombat game on a system without any blood and gore.
Oh, we're doing it. Definitely 100%.
Anyway, I guess that game ain't gonna get sold on the SNES. We're gonna market the shit out of this on the Nintendo, on the Genesis. So, fuck you, Nintendo. But I don't play a hate because we got the Sony hat, the Game Boy OG in this motherfucker. So let's go over what I thought was interesting at the Nintendo E3. All those anime games, all those fantasy games. I don't care. But the only thing that actually caught my eye was Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread. Okay. Wasn't really a fan of any of the Metroid games back in the day, but this caught my eye. They haven't had a Metroid game in one hell of a long time, and apparently, I looked this up, Nintendo couldn't really sell Metroid games on any of the systems ever. They only had a couple million units sold in the first Metroid, and then every single game they released after that the sales kept going down and down and down and down and down, because actually no one gave a fuck about Metroid. There is a small niche of people who like Metroid games. I'm not one of those people. Lots of people I talk to that are, well, people I talk to don't even fucking care about Nintendo. Mostly they're PC gamers. Nintendo is not in their realm of gaming. It's either Xbox, PlayStation, gaming. But anyway, that's besides the point. You've got Metroid Dread coming out. It's going to be a $60 game. It's a side-scrolling game, and when there's cutscenes, it's like 3D type of games, and then when it goes back to the game, it's a platforming game. It looks pretty cool. I guess it's 60 frames a second. I mean, that's what it looked like to me on the screen. 60 frames a second. It looked pretty nice. So $60 game for that. When that price goes down to like 30, 25, maybe I'll take a look at it, but I'm not paying $60 for it. And also there's like another Steelbook Mac Daddy Mac Daddy of them all type of game version. It's like $100 some odd dollars. You get like a comic book art thing, and you get a Steelbook case with it. I don't care, man. But apparently these are being resold. The game hasn't even come out yet. It's still in pre-order status, and you got people on eBay that have put in their pre-orders and they're going to get it, and they're reselling it on eBay for like $200 some dollars. Okay, count me out, bitch. I ain't about that shit. But the thing that I thought was hilarious, I'm not a Zelda fan. In fact, I've never played any Zelda game in my entire life. Hey man, how you call yourself a gamer? You ain't played no goddamn Zelda game in your entire life. Cause I don't give a fuck about RPGs. Now, these type of RPGs I don't care about. Zelda games, the RPGs, don't care about. Now, if it's a first-person shooter with RPG elements, like Horizon Zero Dawn, Cyberpunk was going to be an RPG, have RPG elements to it. Look what happened to that game. Played that game for like a half an hour and was like, nope, I couldn't go any further in a fucking mission. I'm not even getting into it. But anyway, that's besides the point. So how they did this Zelda thing was fucking hilarious. So at the end of the Nintendo event, they decided to do something pretty funny. So at the end, they announced that they were going to have the Hyrule DLC for Breath of the Wild. Everyone's like, cool, okay. Where's Breath of the Wild 2? Where's Breath of the Wild 2? And after that, they're like, okay, so now we have Skyward Sword remastered in HD. And they show all that shit. Everyone's like, okay, Nintendo, where is it? Where is it? And then after they announced that, the guy takes out a little Game & Watch device from his pocket. And how they announced that was hilarious. He takes it out and he's like, we don't have any Zelda games planned for the Switch, so here's the 35th anniversary edition of the Game & Watch for Zelda. Now, the Game & Watch, I don't know if you're familiar with what these devices are. There's been a couple of them with Mario and another one with Zelda. I don't know if there's anyone previous to the Mario one. But the Zelda one has Zelda 1 and 2 and Link's Awakening from Game Boy on it. And then it's also got another bullshit game that looked like a Tiger game. If you know what a Tiger game is, then ask your dad, because you're too young. So I don't know what type of game that was. It's just a fucking little bullshit side game that... whatever. It's a Tiger Electronics game is what it is. And then after they announced that, and then the screen goes black, and then they announce the next Zelda game, the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Now, they didn't say what the name of the game was. They just said, here's the sequel to Breath of the Wild. And then they go and show the trailer of it, and everyone starts freaking the fuck out. I'm just like looking at it like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't know. So I'm just like, all right, cool. They announced it at the very, very, very last. But how they came in to the Game & Watch was like, since we're not releasing any Switches, Zelda Switch games, here's this. They fucking trolled everyone hardcore on that shit. I just found that fucking hilarious. So the Breath of the Wild sequel is supposed to come out the end of or mid next year, but there's no actual release date for it. So there's those two games. There's that game and then the handheld game. I don't know how much those things go for. I think they're like $30 or $40, something like that. They're not too expensive. All right, so let's go on to our next topic. Grand Theft Auto 5. Rockstar is ending support for GTA Online for Grand Theft Auto 5 on 360 and PlayStation 3. December 16th, 2021. They're ending support for it. So, who the fuck is playing this game online on those systems? I could see the person playing online on the Sony side because on PlayStation 3, the game's free to play online. You don't have to pay the Sony the Sony fee to play online like they started doing on PlayStation 4. Everyone who was a Sony fanboy is like, "Oh, we don't have to play online. We don't have to pay to play online." Yes. We don't have to pay to play. All you stupid Xbox users. Oh, what happened when PlayStation 4 came out? Y'all motherfuckers had to pay for that shit. So fuck off, you snobby ass motherfuckers who said all that shit on PlayStation 3. I own all the systems, so I wasn't a snob motherfucker like some of you people were. So it's just funny that all of a sudden now they're just... I literally had no idea that they were still supporting that in the first place. Just out of nowhere, like, yeah, so we're in the support for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 for our PlayStation, our Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I personally didn't play Grand Theft Auto online at all. I just cannot believe that in 2021, we're still talking about Grand Theft Auto 5 when that game came out in 2013. on 2 generations ago. We're going to be playing the same game on 3 generations. It started on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 in 2013. That was the original release. Then they released it a few years later on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And then you're like, hey, you want to play this game in first-person view? Buy this fucking game again. And you can have a whole new experience with first person. So everyone bought it again. And you can play it online. And just have better graphics, a little bit better frame rate maybe. Buy the game again. And here we are. Again. In 2021. Talking about, hey, so like the version you have on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, bring that over to your Series X and PlayStation 5, and we'll update your frame rate and we'll bump your shit up to 4K, better resolution. You have like 60 frames a second or 100 what? If you got some crazy ass TV that does like 144 hertz, whatever the fuck. I'm not even into that shit. I don't even have a fucking TV that does that. I'm locked at 60 frames. But I mean, so why would Sony, or why would Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar, why would they give a fuck about even making another game? Because all of their cash money coming in online on a daily basis, making it rain on them. The players are just like, you know, Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar is the stripper, and the players are the guy at the club making it rain. And they're just like, oh yeah, give me that cash all over my face. Yeah, pick all that up. Why would they make another game? Because they're making all that fucking money. I don't even know if there's like been rumors and rumors that they're making a Grand Theft Auto 6. I honestly don't even believe it. When are they going to create a new game? Grand Theft Auto 6. I believe if they even are starting to work on it for like the past year, let's say they started working on it last year. That shit ain't going to come out for like another 3 to 4 more years. So what are we talking about? Like 2024 release date? Yeah. So fuck Rockstar. Because if they're not making a new game, fuck you. Oh, we gave you Red Dead Redemption 2. So play that shit. We got Red Dead Redemption online. So fuck off and play that shit until we have a new Grand Theft Auto when like the next systems come out. PlayStation 6, whatever the fuck Xbox decides to call their new system. Xbox Series Z. Okay. All right, so now we got PS5, PSVR 2. Now this will have Samsung OLED panels in it and it has a release date of holiday 2022. I don't know if that's gonna... I could care less about PSVR because it gets me sick. Like I cannot play VR games. The only VR games that I actually was able to play was Batman, Job Simulator, and Thumper. Those games don't have you move while you're not moving because Thumper, I can't even explain this game. You remember the game N2O on OG PlayStation? Does anybody remember that game? It's kind of like that. It's very, very similar to that type of game, but in a VR format. So your little ship or whatever it's moving, but you're just sitting there playing the game. It's just like playing the game on a huge screen, basically. So that's why it doesn't really get you sick. And then Batman VR, your character doesn't actually move. So you're just picking up things, and then to move your character, you press a button and it just teleports to another location, and you're just getting clues, picking up things, looking around. Your character physically isn't moving, so it doesn't get you sick. You're not like moving forward and backward. Your character doesn't move, so you're just there looking, so it doesn't get you sick. Also, Job Simulator. It's a fucking great game. If you've never seen the movie Office Space, you're not going to understand some of the jokes. But if you've seen Office Space and you're an Office Space fan, and you've got PlayStation VR, you got to play Job Simulator. The game's fucking great. What you are is you're a guy, you get to the office, and you got to do things. You got to pick up things that are on the floor, plug your computer in, turn it on, get your donuts, eat your donuts, turn on the coffee machine maker, grab your mug, and you do all that type of shit. And you just go in and do mundane bullshit, but it's in VR. But it's kind of funny because there's references to the Office Space movie. So it's pretty cool. So that will come out in 2022. All right. So how you can play your Xbox Series X games on your Xbox One. Yeah, you heard me right. The ridiculously best possible games you can play on an Xbox. The Xbox Series X, not the Series S, Series X games on an Xbox One. How do we do this? What the fuck are you talking about, man? How the fuck are you gonna do? Like, what? You gotta open your shit and No. It's very easy. Oh, you have Xbox Game Pass? You're set. You're good to go. Whenever Xbox releases this, you'll be good. So what they're going to do is, I believe Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to be the first one to try this. So in July, they didn't quite say when they're going to do this, but sometime this year, they're going to stream Xbox Series X games to people who have Xbox One still. And you'll get the best frame rate and you'll get the best 4K graphics, maxed out settings on an Xbox One streamed to your console or your Android or iOS. Can't do it unless it's in a browser, but your Android phone, you'll be streaming that game to the device where Game Pass works on. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe it? I don't know how that's going to work too well, but you got to have a great internet connection. If you've got to have something close to 500 meg connection to a gigabit connection to have that shit solid to work solid. But that's gonna change, no pun intended, but that's gonna change the game. Ridiculous. Because their train of thought is well, we still don't have people buying our systems because of the chip shortage and all this other shit that's going out from COVID and all that shit. So we need a way for people to play these brand new games. If they're Xbox Series games only, we need to find a way to get people to get that game in their hands, even though they don't have the system, so we can just stream it to their old console. That intrigues me like a motherfucker. I can't wait to see what that's like. It's gonna be crazy. I hope it works. I've got a 500 meg connection myself, so I hope that works pretty good. All right, now we gotta go over the dumbest thing ever: how Electronic Arts got hacked. So apparently there was this report from Vice. They actually were able to talk to some of the hackers, and they released how they went about hacking the EA servers and how this happened. So I'm just gonna go out and just pretend that I'm the IT people and the hackers at the same time. So this is gonna be pretty funny. So this is pretty much how they got hacked. So I'm gonna pretend I'm one of the hackers. All right, let's see here. All right, we're on the dark web. All right, cool, cool. Oh, someone's selling cookies from EA for $10. All right. Okay, all right. Cool, cool. $10? Hey, yo, these people are only selling cookies from EA for $10? Hey, man, you about to buy that shit right now? Oh, okay. All right, cool, cool. Dark web, this shit's crazy, man. We can buy those cookies right up. All right, cool, cool. All right, $10. Got that email. We got those cookies set up. All right. All right, what's in these cookies? Oh, shit. Yo, my guy, check this out. We got passwords and shit to EA's chat service, Slack. You believe that shit? We got usernames and passwords to EA's Slack servers, dude. Oh shit. All right. Cool, cool. Hey, who wants to pretend there's somebody at EA? Hey, Slack guy 47, you want to do this? Nah, okay, all right, I'll do it. I'll man up. I'm gonna do this right now. All right, cool. I gotta create a username for this account. What's a good username to just? Hey, what about John Q. Hackerman? John Q. Hackerman. This will never fucking work. Fuck it. We'll do it anyway. All right. John Q. Hackerman. So it wants to know what position I'm from. I don't know, man. Just put some fucking bullshit in. Developer Designer 2. Fuck ever. Okay. All right. John Q. Hackerman. I'm developer 2 at EA. Cool. All right. Let me find where the IT people are. Okay. One of the guys' name is Jake, I guess. He's security IT. All right. Who's gonna conjunct some sort of story to try to get their passwords? Who wants to? What are we thinking here? I got the perfect story, bro. Got the perfect story. Let's just say we lost our cell phone at a party and we need the logins. Are you serious right now? I'm dead fucking serious. Just say, yo, we lost our phones at a party and we need the passwords to get into the server. Huh. Fuck it. All right. Jake and IT. All right. Just gonna get this guy. Good evening, Jake. I am John Q. Hackerman from the Developer 2 department. So, funny thing happened. You're never gonna believe this, but I was at a party last night and I lost my phone. Psh, crazy, crazy, right? You know how that stuff goes. So my passwords are in my phone to get into the server. You wouldn't happen to have those passwords, would you? This ain't ever gonna work, bro. Now I'm gonna play the IT guy. Some dude from Development 2 says he was at a party last night. And he lost his phone and... Hey, Joe. You know this guy, Jake? Or John Q. Hackerman? I don't know, man. There's a whole bunch of people in this company. I mean, if they on Slack, they definitely a user. I mean, so no one else would be able to get into that shit. So fuck it. Obviously, they did lose their phone at a party. So just give them the shit. Really though? Okay. Yeah, dude, I know how that is. Losing your phone at a party. Yeah, that's not too fun, bro. All right. The passwords are... Okay. And send. Oh, shit. I got the reply from the IT guy. What he said? I know how things go. That's not really good. Here are the passwords. Yo, they gave us the passwords to this shit, dude. Nah, this ain't real. This ain't real. This can't be real. All right, what's the IP address of the server? We got 10.70.14.106. Get into the server. Username John Fassbender, user password 790066 capital 4. What the fuck? Oh, $. Okay, gotcha. And bro, we're in. Oh shit. No way, dude. No, are you shitting me? I ain't shitting you, bro. This is real. Holy shit, what's in here? Oh shit, there's a whole bunch of fucking source code. Holy shit, from FIFA. Oh my god, dude. No fucking way. Yo, how many gigs is that? It's like 700 gigs, some shit, man. Holy fuck. Alright, let's copy this to our fucking hard drive. Let's get it, dude. I didn't think it was gonna be this fucking easy, bro. Oh my god. This is fucking nuts. Holy shit, I can't believe this. It's crazy. Yo, how much you want to sell this for in the black market? 20 million? 20, who's gonna buy that shit for 20 million? I don't know, man. Just put that shit on the dark web for 20 million. Somebody will fucking buy it. But how about we just ransomware that to get the data back so we're not gonna sell it? How about 20 million? How about we do that? Have them pay us 20 million to get so we won't share it to somebody. I don't know. Fuck it. We'll just sell it to somebody for 20 million. Fuck it. And scene. I'm not shitting you. That's what fucking went down between hackers and EA. They infiltrated the fucking Slack server and pretended they were an employee, and the IT guy gave them the username and password and logged into the fucking server, and they fucking hacked in that way. Just from getting cookies that were on the dark web for $10 from EA. Oh. Who are these executives hiring in the IT department? Are they fucking morons? The fucking IT people they had no clue who they fucking were. They just thought that since they had a Slack account that they were employees, and they just didn't verify. They're just like, they got the Slack account. I mean, there wouldn't be other way. They have to be employees. I mean, fuck it. There you go. Like, who are these people? This is what goes on in America. These fucking corporations hire these dumb motherfuckers who probably only get paid like $25 an hour for security. And then it's like, yo, they pay me enough for this shit. Fuck it. There you go. Meanwhile, the executives and all these higher ups do shady ass shit to these, like, selling microtransactions and putting gambling in children's games. That's okay. I don't know, man. It hurts my head to think that's what went down in a hack like this. Because you always think, like, just a normal person, they're always thinking, you know, it's some crazy backdoor that they got into. They hacked it through some crazy, I don't know. People, the easiest way to hack is through social engineering. You pretend you're somebody you're not. And if that person on the other line thinks that you're that person, they can give you that information. It's like in the beginning of the movie Hackers. This guy calls up a fucking cable network because he wants access to all the everything that's going on the TV network. He wants to be able to watch what he wants to watch. So he calls up some fucking security guard at the cable network, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is Jim down in such and such. Yeah, I got this big report due today. The network's down, or yeah, just give me that number on that modem right there. Yeah, it's crazy though, man. I got to get this stuff done. Or what do you say? Like, Kawasaki's gonna have my ass." You made up some bullshit. It was so fucking hilarious. And then the fucking security guy actually gives him the number off of the modem to hack into the network, so then he can take control of the network and then watch anything he wants. That's how people hack. It's called social engineering. Pretending that you're somebody you're not. It's not some elaborate cracking or some shit like that. It's called social engineering. That's what happens like 90% of the time. Anyway, all right, that concludes this episode. So, if you like this video, pimp smack the like button. Also, throat punch the subscribe button. Also, I've got a Patreon down there. I have the link to my Patreon. I've got a couple of tiers. It's just for tips wise every month to get this channel up and going. And I'm able to do this for you every week to do this podcast. I've got a $3, $5, and $8 tier. If you sign up for the $8 tier, I will definitely give you extra content. Whatever you want to see, I'll give it to you guys. Extra video content, extra video maybe every couple of times a week, extra new stuff, whatever you want to see, whatever you're into. To a certain extent, this ain't OnlyFans, motherfucker. So yeah, whatever you guys want to see, if you sign up for an $8 tier, I will 100% give you extra content, whatever that is. So that concludes this particular third episode of the Gamer Now podcast. If you want to see my other two videos I posted, put them right here in the outro, however the fuck that's done. Anyway, this concludes the third episode of the Gamer Now podcast. Deuces.